Hello everybody and welcome to Let's Build live from Oak Hill Works. How are we all doing? I hope you are well. It's good to be back. I've missed shouting that at you all. Thank you, moderator. Much appreciated. About time, isn't it? Yes, we are back after a reasonably unplanned week off, shall we say. But the buildings are looking better. Had a feeling shenanigans were afoot. Shenanigans are always afoot. I apparently have no access to the chat functions and moderation. I forgot that. So thank you, Alex. Much appreciated. Oh, I forget that Streamlabs is rubbish like that at the minute. It's amazing that people go to this much effort, really, isn't it? It's kind of a compliment. Thank you. I'm glad you feel I'm worthy of your time. Shenanigans 4 mil to the foot. Hey, yes, indeed they are. Yeah, it's no effort. It's clearly some effort. You even responded, so thank you for responding. I'm glad you feel I'm worth your time. I take it as a huge compliment. Love everything you do. So yeah, the buildings have had a bit of a spray, as you can probably tell, in Humbrol Desert Sand. Way back again. Hell of a lot more effort than I'd put in. And what they need now is some extra colour adding to them. Because obviously straight up desert sand is not sandstone. What we have is a wash that I made up myself out of some colours that I can't remember what they were. Humbrol 94 and 62, I think. And good evening, Alexander. How are you? I am very well. We really, really are very well indeed. We are blessed by a spammer tonight because, you know, I finally made it as a YouTuber enough to get a spammer, and it's a great honour, honestly. Absolutely knackered though, if I'm honest. So yeah, what we need to do this evening is some painting. But I'm hoping no one's surprised by that. I have done some test pieces. And this one, in real life, blends into the ballast we'll be using very, very well. For some reason it doesn't show on camera. Gary's now an influencer, indeed. First you get me, then you get your 100k plaque. I look forward to my 100k plaque. Yeah, it's the sign I've made it, isn't it? People feel I'm worth this effort. So yeah, what we are going to do is some painting. So worth it. I'm glad it is. You know, it feels great. So yeah, thank you. Just gonna show that poster off for no reason. I'm alright, thanks. Currently reading a book on Stroudley Engines, aka the LBSCR Man's Bible. Yeah, I saw you post that on Instagram. It's a good book. You won't be surprised to hear I have that one. Many, many more books that make up the Brighton Bible, though. So, you've got some more spending to do. So yeah, we are going to paint some sandstone. And it will be great. Using my wash that I made myself. And a big fit paintbrush. It's a grown man playing with toys. Nothing strange about this at all. Well, you know what? I'm a grown man playing with toys as well. Absolutely nothing strange about it. I quite agree. So yeah. It's a very, very orangey colour wash. Which you'll notice I am applying straight on, no dry brushing, etc. But then I shall take most of it straight back off. And that is how we get our colour. You can definitely see variation from there to there. I'm hoping you can see variation in the colours on the stones as well. Indeed, Alex, indeed. Where's my... There it is. Unfortunately, I don't have glasses, so you can't see them. So whoever thought they were thinner wins. So baby, it does a bit. You're not wrong. It gives us our nice varied sandstone colour. Indeed, Alexander. Indeed. He's probably all upset now that he's learned I don't wear glasses, though. Lost his bet. Plenty of live streams and videos my face has been in, so you can go check for yourself if you're that bored. Well said, both of you. Ah. And there we are, some better sandstone, just like that. Genuinely impressed by just how sad one person can be doing nothing but spam the YouTube chat. It is quite impressive dedication, isn't it? Not sure how well this is going to come out on these ones where they've got less relief, but yeah, it's not too bad. Definitely see it there. Oh look, the bot wants us to smash the like button. Multiple lack of personality disorder. Brilliant. It's not fair though, we were all 12 once. Yeah, fair point, Alexander. I rescind that comment. Thumbs down? Well, hey, I like when people hit the thumbs down. Hit the thumbs down constantly, it's fine, honestly. Smash that dislike button. If I click thumbs down, be on 15 by now. Well, get on with it then. I don't want to put any on the top there, that would be silly. There we go, there's another building done. This brush is all charged up and it's got nowhere to paint. bit like meatloaf, but less getting changed involved. It is, Alex, you're quite right. Oh, I missed what they said. What was that? Also, is it like nerds? I'm impressed that he thinks that someone that sits live on YouTube doing stuff like this would be insulted by the word nerd. I mean, there might be people out there insulted by it, but they don't do this on YouTube. Just saying. Let's take his shoes and some plastic out that high. Oh no! Don't put paint on the back scene, everyone. You know what I said about this brush being all charged up? There we go, I got it all, it's fine. Gonna give me wash a bit more of a shake because it's starting to separate again. Joys of homemade washes. So dumb. It is, isn't it? Truly amazing. A much flatter colour on here because there's a lot less texture. Super old reference, yeah. Like people even know who that is anymore. Doing it a bit more this way up to see if I can get some more to flow into the mortar lines. That's a bit better. It's not as orange as it looks on camera. Improved engine shed orange. Exactly. I don't want to do this whole side in one go because it will dry too much. Look at that, I've knocked the gutter off. Obviously I did really well sticking that on. So we'll have to re-stick that later. Survived being spray painted though, so that's good. Oh yeah, YouTube has the best design chat, doesn't it? I mean, it's YouTube, everything is so perfectly designed. Evening, real people. Sorry if I'm trolls really. Good evening, Andy. How are you? I feel honoured to have a troll here. It clearly means I've made it as a YouTuber. Found a block function. Let's see if it works. Wait, you mean YouTube has stuff that works? I refuse to believe that. Thank you, Andy. Yes, we are. So it's had some Humbrol Desert Tan. I'm trying to think. 237, I think, is the number. And this is a custom wash I made myself using Humbrol's 62 and 94, along with lots and lots of thinner. And it matches in very well to the sandstone ballast we're going to use. Or at least that's the theory. My test pieces certainly matched well. Just lots of painting it on, reasonably thick. And then wiping most of it back off. Good evening, Thomas. How are you this evening? I hope you are well. And good evening, Linny. How are you this evening? I hope you are well. Cheers, that's a very nice bacon sandwich. Ooh, very nice. I approve of bacon sandwiches. And there's a link to my Twitter account. Go tweet at me, I suppose. Yes, we are nearly done with all of the sandstone on the buildings. This feels like progress. Good to get back into the swing of it after my week off last week. Yeah, it's rather funny, isn't it? What I think's happening is he couldn't deal with it. Hurrah for nearly done with the sandstone. Exactly. Even on this side that no one will see. Which definitely doesn't leave me thinking, why am I doing this? No one will see it. So he's trying, very trying. Oh. Well, that's no good. That's gone through to the primer. Pulled all the paint off. And there we are. Lots and lots and lots of completed sandstone. That's the word. That's what modelling is about. Don't think Things that most won't see, but at least you know it's there, and that makes it worth doing. Exactly, Thomas. Exactly. Maybe someday you're in a camera car, you may get a glimpse that side. Yeah, there's going to be a tree in the way as well, don't forget. But yes, you're right. Perhaps someday. Tremendous. Exactly. It will be tremendous. Let's glue this downpipe back on before I forget. Now, where's that glue? Questions I should know the answer to. There it is. I have found the glue. And it's going super well gluing that back on. As you can see, this is what you all come here for, isn't it? And who can blame you? Obviously me failing is the best bet. You'd think that would work, wouldn't you, Thomas? But no, it's new accounts every time. That's how this works. Every time they set up a new account. Maybe Sunshrine's huge fan of his head. Trying to feebly fight back. That's got to be it. But enough about that. I'm losing more things. There we go. Doors go blue, like the locos. In fact, they go in the same blue as the locos. Should have done this first, because that sandstone's fine. It doesn't need any more doing to it. This will all need another coat. Never mind, eh? Plenty of things to paint. That should give us time for this to all to dry. No, Alex. They just can't be bothered. They could if they wanted to. I have no doubt that they could if they wanted to. That's what I said apparently. Yeah, fair enough. But it's enough. Fair enough, I'm trying to ignore it, it's just filling out my screen. Seriously, don't understand these people. Like, there's more to life than screaming falsehoods on a chilled stream. Well, yeah. Unfortunately, they haven't learnt that yet because they haven't seen the world outside their mum's basement. Still, when we ever meet in the future, we can look back at this stream and have a good laugh. Indeed! Yeah, it really feels like I've made it as a YouTuber now. Well, I was just pretending before. And good evening, Killian. How are you? I hope you are well. And the one and only dislike. Looks that way, but no, he denies it. I am very well, thank you, Killian. It is good to be back doing this. Now we have lots of blue doors. A solid 5 hats if I'm for instance. Did someone delete messages on the wrong account there? Hard to be accurate when chat is moving. Indeed, indeed it can. It won't let me undo it either. Friendly fire, yeah, just like the Americans when they go to war. I apologise to our American viewers. You might have a bit of a reputation over here. It's right, Thomas. Killian has like 1 million accounts. It's fine. Anyone hoping to pop along to Giants Stadium in October? We got Clan Line. I can't even remember what weekend in October Giants of Steam is. There's certainly one weekend in October that I'll be very, very busy. 8 to 10. So before then. I don't know, honestly, then. The bot said hydration is important though, so we best hydrate. Thank you for reminding me about all my other accounts. Perfect fine, by the way. Easily done. It happens, doesn't it? Oh, well, duty on 10th, hope you get dispatched 35028. That would be very cool, Alexander. Very cool indeed. I mean, Thomas, I'll be honest here, you're just talking a foreign language to me there. So, we have some guttering that needs painting as well. I'm only human and not long away. Hello, only human. No, it does, Thomas event. Midland Railway in Butterley. No, I will not be going. YouTube chat makes me really miss Twitch chat. I mean, at least that time we got at least when we got spammers on Twitch chat, they were a bit more creative. I have to say, this one we've had this evening is the least creative spammer I've seen so far. They're not very good at it. I was going to go to Spa Valley this weekend, so Keith Park's on the North Step. Didn't fancy riding behind a Class 33. Ugh. I mean, so Keith Park's a bit modern. Twitch fans are far above YouTube. They are indeed. Small circus set up at the end of my block. Not something I thought I'd ever say. So I'm going to take the kids out, watch in a few minutes. Ah, excellent. Enjoy. So guttering needs painting black because it would be cast iron. Alright. Good evening, Javier. How are you? I hope you are well. Oh, since Andy and Javier are both here, my children are coming to your part of the world. They have a school trip, not next year, but the year after, that I've got to pay for. 8 days over in your part of the world. Even I've not got over there. Wait, did I? Has someone signed up a load of accounts to pass me over 500 subscribers? So according to my, I'm just going to look at this on the analytics so I can see this. Oh, it won't tell me yet. In the last 28 days, yeah, in the last 28 days, I have picked up 12 subscribers. In the duration of this stream, I've picked up 64. Must be time for a giveaway. I was very busy for a bit. Well, busy is cool. Busy is good. It's better than being bored. Hate to say it, probably sub spamming. Oh, it's definitely sub spamming. Definitely sub spamming, but it's still fun that I've done it. Don't make plenty of trips to the shops. Help your kids out. Yeah, you had best. We got lots of new stuff in last week. Just saying. The shop has never been as full as it is. In fact, I have 3 Airfix 4Fs if you want some more C classes. Nintendo number, indeed. It's giveaway time there. Are they all called Harvey? I expect they are. Influencing at its finest, yeah. Some Herculean man is quicker at making accounts than me. Inflating Gary's sub base. But why would they bother subscribing? That's a bit weird. But okay. I'm not going to argue. I'm just going to sit here and not understand. How much are the 4Fs? They're on the website. Go look at the website, traintimesmodelshop.co.uk. Must get down to the shop again soon. You must indeed. I imagine they subscribe for quick access to the channel to be a pest. Yeah, but if they've been blocked, if they're all getting blocked instantly, what's the point? I don't need any more 4Fs, unfortunately. That's no good. That is no good at all. You need all the 4Fs. Honestly, these 4Fs have never been out of the box. Blocked? No, only temporary timeouts on it. Well, you can hit the ban button, Winnie. You don't have to just make it temporary timeouts. Hit the ban button. I'd imagine they sub because some streamers put in the chat sub mode only mode to combat morons. Ah, fair enough. You don't have a ban button? How very strange. You should have. hide on this channel, that's the one. Hide on this channel is what YouTube calls its ban button. You have a slight dilemma? No, don't have a slight dilemma. So even though it'll be gone in the morning and we don't care, my 500 sub giveaway, since we mentioned, well, since Alexander mentioned earlier the Brighton Bible, talking of his Stroudley locomotives, my 500 subscriber giveaway is for this first edition, printed 1903, of the locomotives of the London, Brighton and South Coast Railway. First edition, 1903. So there we go. Published by the Locomotive Publishing Co. Limited, London, 1903. Includes photos. Photos of some very old engines. Very nice. That's a pretty book. Yeah, it is indeed. And well, I have 2 copies. In fact, I have 3 copies because I have a reprint, but I have 2 first editions. So I thought I'd do a giveaway on one of them. The Parry with double extended wheels. Both I and someone I know want a Stroudley D. Is there any chassis suitable, or is it best to kit build one? It's best to kit build one. South Eastern Fine Cast make a kit. That's what you want. It's not going to happen ready to run, I wouldn't think. I'm sure. In fact, I know my ready to run company contacts would agree it's never going to happen. The one in the kit is better than anything one can buy. Indeed. Although I do have a pair of never been out the box Airfix 14XXs in the shop. (14XX), otherwise known as 517 fodder. It's tempting to have one of them to do that with. I'm not going to lie. 14xx equals Q1 chassis. Well, I've got two of them. They've never run. Ever. Okay, I took them out of the box and test run them. Because I didn't want to sell stuff that didn't work. Which I haven't done on the more collectible stuff. I've got a never been out the box. And this genuinely has never been out the box. Wren City of Birmingham. Absolutely gorgeous. Amazes me that 517 is so hard to get, even in kit form. Yeah, you'd think it would be one that was out there. Especially since the 14xx is so cheap. So just a body kit that can go on that chassis would be ideal. I have a Hornby one with a stripped gear that needs to be fixed. Well, I know someone that does repairs. Or you could just come by and airfix one off me. They're all different. The number of bits in a kit going unused would be massive. Oh god, but even like a 1960s quality kit where they're like, it's accurate for none of the class, but it's better than nothing. I mean, come on, not only would they get away with that lower quality then and still be available now. I can't remember what I was going to say. That's good, isn't it? People would have praised it. And it's Great Western, which everything was at the time. I was going to make the point that it's Great Western and all the stuff coming out in the 60s when that detail was acceptable was Great Western. See, I can English. Exactly, something's better than nothing, really. Exactly. I was looking for Killian Shillington shapeways. It has disappeared. Oh. I have Killian's Jenny Lind CAD and some resin for the printer. Just saying. I have to go look at the chat log now and see what Paderborn said. Nope, I don't see it. Never mind. Great Western, wash your mouth out. I was being realistic to the market at the time. I wasn't saying it was a personal preference. Well, it's of my machine much cheaper and better quality. Yeah, but is it cheaper by the time it gets out to New York? Happens to me every once in a while I have to republish the model. That's a bit rubbish of Shapeways. GWR is fine, I just photocopy their designs. True. I didn't do those bits, that's okay then. Talking of the Great Western. Should be given, Shapeways 140 quid, I do it for 70. Yeah, fair enough. Which is, I'll in large scales from the other side of the ocean. That is an issue, yes. GWR has a very large 3D printer. Talking of the Great Western, some of you probably know this, some of you probably don't. I got gifted by a regular customer at work a Triangle Lord of the Isles to just do whatever I want with. I am sorely tempted to turn it into a 422 pannier tank. Fair, I'll ask the commission, or ask the commission to print my stuff. Audium and Victorian GWR stuff was really quite nice. The Indian red frame livery, everything looked good in it, let's be honest. Not having great luck with my printer. Well, when you come down in October, Linny, you can teach me how to use my printer. How's that? Yes. So she's not so similar to her sister 97 to be able to use any of the same CAD. Of course. So I see people like the idea of me turning Lord of the Isles into a pannier tank. It feels like the most appropriate thing to do with it. Absolutely will do. I'll bring some small CAD files with me. Excellent. Who knows, I might have finished my wagon CAD by then. I'll tell you what though, I'm glad I didn't pay the extra for postage. Amazon wanted £5 to get the resin to me by today. Otherwise, for free, I could have it by Tuesday. And I thought, well, I'm in no rush for it. I've got nothing I'm immediately going to print. I won't pay the £5. And it arrived today. So, you know, all you lot out there paying for postage, you suckers. The panniers. Trying to upset GWR rivet counters, always. What's the next plan for CAD after the Batswagon? Honestly, at the moment, I'm not sure. I want to get a few more things done, and then I've got a couple of locos I want to do. But I feel I need to get a bit more experienced before I start doing locos. I'd suggest Oak station signs in the appropriate typeface. You're assuming I can get a hold of the appropriate typeface. There's just not enough letters about. Got the same deal on free shipping on resin. It's about 4 days late at the moment, but I'm in no rush. See, I would have been happy with it being 4 days late. It wouldn't bother me in the slightest. The more I see the blue Ruston, the more I need a blue Ruston. Hang on. There we go. Just put it here, shall we? Maybe you can set it up parametrically so the name boards are adjustable length. I mean, that would be good because I've obviously got multiple things I need to do name boards for. No, now I'm in the way. Could you 3D print a Stroudley E1 to fit on Ginty E2 chassis one day, Gary? I probably will not because there is a kit available and would be better. Plus, in theory, it's going to come out ready to run at some point. Not that the comments made about it online by its commissioners seem particularly positive, but in theory it will arrive one day. How about printing cab for an SCR Q1? I'll tell you what, you learn to CAD and draw it up and I'll print it for you. I'll be right back. Everyone is blue rust now. You'll be right back. Molly is screaming now. In theory. Rapido was working on E1. Yeah, but the E1 is a commission for Model Rail. And the things that Model Rail have said seem to imply that it's on indefinite hold. Now, they've not outright said that, but they seem to imply it. So on the simple plan, so what I can do, just don't expect it to be quick. I jump from thing. Flashback to Colonel's intentions to BT well tanking. Oh, well, yeah. I could have not put anything out there, but totally have CAD'd it with the amount of time they have taken. Well, yeah. So Model Rail Commission from Torpedo, Model Rail have gone awfully quiet about it lately. Shame, I hope it still happens. It's actually, yeah, I really hope it still happens. I was going to have, what, 3 of them? And I would really like an E1. I like E1s. So there is a good chance I'm going to end up getting the Southeastern Finecast kit for the E1. And building one myself because, you know, time and all that. Repeater pretty busy at the moment, I suppose. Yeah, but I think Model Rail announced it quite a while ago. I'd be surprised if it was Rapido at fault here. I expect they had that all well and truly in their plans, and they've probably been just as let down as the rest of us by it. Same here, I was wanting to. Exactly. First RTR model in Stradley Good Screen 2. Yes, it would have been. We need more RTR LBSCR logos. We do indeed. The more ready to run LBSC, the better. Says he who started modelling the LBSC because it wouldn't be easy. Now, windows. Traditionally of the period, they would most definitely have been white, but they wouldn't have stayed white very long. They would have gone cream quite quickly. Do we reckon that this place that's painted all its doors and stuff up in blue would have put the windows in white, or do we reckon they would have put the windows in blue? Oh, I'm losing chat. Need more LBSC logos for sure, especially Stroudley designs due to Hornby's Stroudley coaches. Well, I mean, that's a fair point. Although the E1s don't fall under that because they were goods locos and they were terrible at passenger work when they had to do it. RTR Jenny Lind when? Late 70s, I believe, if you look at the catalogues. RTR 5 plank when. If only, when Hornby feet copying. White windows not common type period, actually high gloss white hadn't been invented yet. There, then. I wasn't thinking high gloss white, I was thinking white lead. Better yet, where are the D1s? Ah, if only. Blue because blue. Must be off to the circus. Glad to seem to have lost your clown. Okay, enjoy the circus, Andy. See you later. Blue would look good. It would. I mean, I know it would look good. I agree. We're breaking through the blue. Just flood the market with Craven. I forgot to do the door on the water tower in blue as well. Get out of here. You're in my way. No, don't flip over. Don't roll. There we go. Okay, enough craven out. You can flood anything. Oh dear. Oh, really, that's glad so brilliant to have 184 Stroud Leap made. Again, late 70s. If you check the catalogues, Jenny Lind and Gladstone were on the same catalogue. 1976 Hornby catalogue. Rolling. Wet painted. Oh, yes. Very yes. 182 Hastings would be better. No doubt Gladstone will be done at some point. Yes, I agree. Gladstone will be done at some point. The problem is that Gladstone is different to all the other Gladstones. So, when the NRM commissions Gladstone to be done, hopefully from someone good. Cough, not dapole, cough. Will they do other versions with the correct cab, or will they just do Gladstone with the different cab? Or a K-Class? Oh, a K-Class would be fantastic. Especially because I know the kit for that isn't coming back from Newcast, because they don't... The masters and mouldings have all been lost for the K. I wanted something more diverse than the things we actually make. Yeah, that. I mean, the thing is, they were in pretty bad financial straits in '76. They did go bust and end up selling all the railway stuff and the Hornby name, but not the company or the Triang name, to Airfix in '78. So it's not like they had huge amounts of money at the time. Perhaps if their financial situation had been better, we would have seen these things. Who knows? Gloss white paint not used on house windows till post World War II. Fair enough. So are we saying blue then, Blinny? I'd like to see it done by Bachmann, partially due to wanting to see how Bachmann do IG. I think they've only done Umber so far. Yeah, they have. I want to see it done by Rapido because Rapido are better. I still say we bust Gladstone out, make it the first no-kill meetup after COVID. I mean, she'll steam, I know she will. I'll stake my reputation on it. If it were Hornby, they'd probably just do Gladstone, but any other manufacturer, I think they'd cater for all. Who knows? I think so. Certainly, all the windows at Linton Town are blue. Well, blue it is then. Although also not a super light fast colour, so it's somewhat faded. Yeah. No, you just put your hand on the steel wet gutter. True, but Batman will likely do different toolings and add them to the main range, and you know, full well, Batman will do it really well. True. Bring Gladstone to the Blue Belt wouldn't be the first time. There was some spider webs of glue. I wouldn't mind a modern E2 and preferably Batman made Sky High thinking of that, but I don't fancy being stuck with X Thomases. Well, if you don't want to be stuck with X Thomases, build the Southeastern Finecast kit. It's accurate, I believe, or can be built accurately. One of the two. Cater for all, even the one with the combustion air heater and the marsh versus shrouded boilers and chimneys and safety valves out. Yeah, there's a bit of variation in them, isn't there? Hopefully when the Emma inside they want to dispose of more locos, they'll give Gladstone to the Bluebell. No, I doubt it. Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Tell a friend. Yeah, I get to sing. We all know you love it. Personally, I'd say B2 or B4. I'd love a B4. I like B4s. Not a B4X, a B4. It's on my one-day list. London Road models, is it do a kit? Don't really see the point in new tool D2 is literally just catering to the T2TE market. Very true, Alex. Maybe an E5 for a tank RTR or Baltic. Already got an E4 available. We do indeed. Are the Thomas E2s far off scale then? The Hornby ones aren't actually terrible. They are something like 2 mil too long. Because they're based from Hornby's old E2 tooling, which was stretched to fit the standard 060 chassis they had at the top, that they used at the time. They're not terrible, but they're not great either. Here's a little date with a hacksaw to backdate it. True. Love to see Gladstone at Sheffield Park, see alongside 32424 would be brilliant. We're playing battleships now. Yes. Yes, we are. Here you go, Alexander. Just for you. Gladstone at Sheffield Park. Don't say I never get you anything. That's exactly the quote I was going for, yes. So I get your point, but no, I don't want them to be for TTE reasons. I genuinely like the look of the design. It's literally just that I find them pretty. But they're not. They're horrible. And they're useless engines. They're a really useless engine. Just notice that one of the Gladstones was named Haylin. I doubt they ever visited the branch. You're probably right, but yes, there was indeed one called Haylin. Want TCE E2? I'll get that's a 3D print. Ugh. 3.6 LBSC locomotives, not great, not terrible. Shane Atlantis game BR Black. Yeah, and post SR rebuild condition. Would be nice with its original cab and fittings. And of course it means it will never be the correct condition for umber, which will mean a lot of the preservationists there will argue it should never wear umber because it's in the wrong condition. What we don't point out Fenchurch to these people. Or what we do, lots. Your choice. Could be much better. Needs more LBS actuators. Beach here will be a number one day, but I believe not for our first 10 years. We'll see. On the plus side, SWR 563 is going drum green, so we do get a large Victorian loco in proper livery. Excellent. Wasn't Thomas originally supposed to be a J50? It's a complicated one. But yes, the original wooden toy was very J50-like. Why on earth are they doing the Atlantic BR style? Who decided that was a good idea? The people building her that remember BR. They actually added that to the FAQs on the website for the Atlantic, because a lot of people are like, oh, why are you doing BR? It should be in its proper livery. It's like, well, the people building it wanted it to be in BR, and they're building it, so they get to choose these things. Which I think is fair enough. Probably because BR style is short fitted, so it fits within a wide range of loading gauges. Yeah, but that's not a problem on the Bluebell, which is an ex-LBSC line with LBSC loading gauges. Picture of 3244 horses in BR days, so maybe to recreate the photo. No, because they remember BR and they wanted it to be how they remember it. That is it. That is the answer. The Bluebell have answered this. We don't need to speculate. So I'm still glad they let people vote for livery. The Patriot will be in LMS Crimson one hands down, as it should. Well, at least when we build a D1, it'll be in the correct condition. Exactly. Our new build D1 will be perfect in every way. The bad news is we're still quite a way off that £10 million goal. So you've got a while to wait. Might be a problem if it's going to run on the main line though. Yeah. Who needs the main line when you can have proper Brighton engines? And if they are sticking to their original mainline plan, it was planned for it to only run to Victoria and between Victoria and the Bluebell. So that's still on Brighton lines with Brighton loading gauges. I mean, don't you want to see a Brighton engine running out of Brighton? Nah. I'd much rather see one run through Hailsham. But that's never going to happen. For obvious reasons, like there is no railway line. Just my layout. Saw that stupid argument again the other day. People only want to model what they remember. Yeah, because that's why I model 1930s Kent and not 1990s West Midlands. Exactly. Yes, but then I don't get to see it up here. Minor details, I don't see the problem. By all means, only threaten me with an mainline LBSC engine. I see Atlantic steaming to Brighton one day, though I doubt this happened. Yet must remember these 60s. Love a good time. because modelling like inverted Kent is best. I mean, you own Hailsham and you own an Atlantic. You're very right, Lenny. You're very right. What about 60s Sussex though? Funny spelling 1900s. Sophia. Modelling Sussex is the best way of modelling, just saying. And Killian, we all know you remember the 1860s. In the prime of your life, then. There we go, we've got some windows painted. If Kent is the Garden of England, then Surrey is its patio. It's starting to look how we want it to look. Slowly. Well, yes, but my vampirism is points. The fact that I have customers means I mustn't be alone. And who says you're the only vampire? Perhaps all these customers of yours also remember the 1860s. Sorry, it's the shed at the bottom of the weeds. Shed is looking really well. Stonewall's beautiful colour. Thank you. Sprite pond in the corner must be Essex. Yeah, it must. By model my favourite historical period, I'd be out of luck. Railways hadn't been invented yet. Well, that's a problem. I think this is by So, if Kent is the Garden of England and Surrey is the shed at the bottom of the garden covered in weeds and Essex is the grotty pond in the corner, then what part of the country is my decking sat out in the garden that all summer has been begging me to kill the weeds that have grown up over it, and I haven't got round to it yet, and it's the middle of September now. Did they only model pre-ancient Christmas? Sussex, obviously. No. Sussex is the nice, comfy conservatory, clearly. You know, the one that the railway's in. That's Ken Gary. There's a growing patch behind the shed. I've been meaning to do the decking. I've just got distracted by accidentally becoming a professional railway modeller. And I mean, if you're going to be distracted by anything, is that not the best thing to be distracted by? My God, it's gone 10:30 and I've not asked you what you're all up to yet. What are you all up to this evening? Do tell. In fact, not just this evening. Look, we didn't do this last week. So what were you up to last week when I wasn't here? What did you do to fill the hours that I missed? Can confirm it is an excellent distraction. Yeah, the best distraction. My God, we're still on the first hydration as well. Hydration is important. Can't remember that far back. That's alright, I barely can either. I was overhydrated that night because I needed to be. Currently up to using matches to pry my eyes open as fatigue is kicking my butt today. Sounds fun. West Somerset Mineral Railway Research. Gonna be honest, that sounds a bit more fun. Can't remember what I did yesterday, let alone last week. Fair. Posting up my clan line, currently reading my Bible whilst watching the live stream. Good selection of activities. I want to work tomorrow, so I'll say good night from the industrial estate down the road. Good night, Paderborn. Sleep well, don't work too hard. Stroudley Bible. I knew which Bible you meant. Stroudley 316. As well as late to the stream, fell asleep at 3 PM. Fair. Did anything last week? Except the LCH wagon. Well, hey, wagons. I approve of wagons. I need quite a few of them. What with having a shunting plank now. Sean R and Web changed boiler bands and T-Class plus hacked up even more R1 bodies. I did indeed see that on RM Web. I wanted to reply and say it looks very good, but I have struggled to open my mouth or type on my computer without making big rants for the last week or so. Which is why there was no live stream and I needed to be overhydrated. Gospel according to Craven, incomprehensible rambling from start to finish. Yes. Do you like a nice R1 hack? They are good hacks. Dear, I'm behind again, ain't I? I don't know, Javier. How behind are you? Let me know when you hear me say this. It's Craven, there won't be a finish until the publisher sacks him. Must get back on with my C-class hacks. Do. I approve of hacking things. There's some spider webs of glue in that window as well. I approve of all railway modelling hacks. About a minute. Yeah, you're behind, Javier. You're definitely behind. You know that 1.5 times button? Use that, and then you can hear me talk really fast, and it'll be like chipmunk mode. Oh, since I turned the 044 yeah, you do have a few C-class hacks, don't you? Time travel back to the future. Where we're going, we don't need roads. There we go. 044 is best tank. I mean, you're forgetting a really important tank engine there. I can argue against it. 060 is best tank, especially this one. Otherwise, 044s are pretty cool, not going to lie. Just saying. Right, that's the windows done. Finally, everyone says. Now we can paint the door on here. That we definitely didn't forget to paint earlier. One Mark IV. Yes. Mark IV tanks are good tanks too, not going to lie. Now, it almost feels like a stupid question, but what colour does the woodwork on the coal stage go? But I'm going to ask it anyway. What colour does the woodwork on the coal stage go? And whilst I wait for someone to answer, I've been working on bringing this wagon into service. On the layout, it felt like an important one to have. A dirty colour, I thought that. SCR green, no. And so I wanted this wagon to work, but its chassis was too big. It's not going to focus at all, is it, no matter what I do? Blooming thing. So I got it on a new chassis. There we go. And look, now it has working axle box springs. Because that's the kind of insane we are here at Oak Hill. But it runs nicely. And it bounces. It's like a lowrider. Hydraulics in it. And I'm very happy with it. See, I think Lynn is my favourite suggestion so far. And yes, looking at your list there, Linny, you do need a D3. So do we paint it in this blue and then make it very dirty afterwards with lots and lots of different dirty washes? Because I do have lots of different dirty colours I can put on it. Yay or nay? GTA San Andreas flashbacks. That's what I was going for, Alex. That's what I was going for. That, yes, will do. It's weird, this painting woodwork on a layout in an actual colour. Usually when it comes to woodwork, I just put it all in sleeper grime. Because it looks dirty already. Trust me, you don't enjoy painter. You tried to do the mission critical dance low rider contest on the PC version of San Andreas using controller. Oh. You say that, Alex. I have San Andreas on my phone. So there's that. Could be stereotypical of model 365 Victoria. Nah. Alex obviously wants you to model Victoria because he kept telling me to model Victoria. But nah. Victoria's best D3, literally a war hero. Well, I mean, there is that. I found it amazing just how many people were discovering that for the first time after that video that whoever did the other day. People are Philistines. Now, Alex, am I a Philistine for not wanting to model Victoria, or am I a Philistine for playing games on my phone? Yeah, it was like a 2-minute video. There is a link, I believe, in the interesting and useful links on Discord. But I can't remember what the video was called. But I did find it amazing just how many people were discovering that information for the first time because of that video. Lynn's for the win. Or Bexhill. No. Bexhill is never for the win. Not convinced St Leonard's is either. So you should be ashamed playing proper video games on a phone. That goes without saying. Thought so. I have the entirety of the 3D series on my phone. So, enjoy that knowledge, Alex. But yeah, having gone to college in St Leonard's and worked in Bexhill, I'm not sure either are places that are for the win. When I get to the inside of this, I'm going to skip the blue and go straight to the black because, it's covered in coal dust. The outside at least has some chance of not being completely covered in coal dust. Mind you, Bexhill rebuilt D3X in 1909. Poor thing. The David Lynch attitude to playing games and watching films, programmes on phones. Can't say here it isn't PG. I'm back. Mother needed me to look for vacuum cleaners for her parents. Did you buy a nice blue Ruston whilst you were there, Thomas? Be the unfortunate machine I posted a drawing of lately then. Would it indeed? I have not been very attentive to Discord lately because of the reasons. I think I'm back to normal now, mostly. Oh, we're getting a panto on stream with the stage being made pretty. Yes, we are. That's exactly what we're going for. I'm glad you got that. I'm afraid not. That's not good enough, Thomas. Get your nice, pretty blue Ruston ordered. They are honestly fantastic locos. Open my copy of Russell on D3 page randomly, so it's an omen. Way. Oh no, we're not. Oh, yes, we are. On the subject of rebuilds and going back to the E1s, those E1Rs look bloody awful. Yeah, they did. Ruined the class. I need an E1 special at some point. Because Hailsham was special and couldn't have a regular E1. That did sound good. Banking trains up Exeter Central. Nah, I don't believe you. With that GR808, Decapod was a fascinating beast. Fascinating, yes. The Decapod has been very popular for videos this weekend, has it? No. Yes, just noticed he has released a video on the Decapod this evening. Good night for real this time. Good night, Paderborn. I know they are. I love my green one, especially since it's now chipped. Excellent. Mine got chipped like as soon as it got home because I'd been running it on DC at the show I got it from, and it was such a good performer. I was like, this has to have a chip in it instantly. There are not a lot of locos I actually do that for. There we go. We have blue all round the outside of the stage. There's a link to the donations page. Woo, go donate. I didn't say good. I said fascinating. Yeah, I agree. Fascinating. It's ugly both ways, but it was. The idea behind it is an interesting one. Indeed. Indeed it was. Right, we can probably do a second coat of paint on these doors now. It's 11 o'clock. My God. I'm not even... I wanted to get these doors stuck on tonight, but they're going to need 2 more coats of paint on the inside. Cars I tend to buy Jim as well. Look at the yellow one, but it's too bright on my eyes. Get lots of rust-ons. Get all the rust-ons. The law says you must. No, you cannot know which law says that. Just take my word on it. I'll go back in time for only an hour, see any part of the railways I wanted. GR Jazz Trains would be a very strong contender. But they're not terriers. In their prime. I'm not a fan of the Queen Anne or the red one though, so I'll have to break the law. That's no good. So much better. How long ago was the broken door broken? Long enough that it will need a very heavy weathering and some fading somehow. What I should have done was painted the base coat of it in a wooden brown colour. And then left it as only one coat of blue. But I didn't think of that when I was first doing it, so it didn't get done. N7 storming out of Liverpool Street, glorious. It's still not terrier. The problem with these things is that they are not terriers. This door will also need some heavy weathering. The recordings on YouTube sounds fantastic. The acceleration was insane. I'm quite sure it was, because, yeah, N7s were good at that, weren't they? But that's what you want from a suburban train, is the ability to accelerate fast. And for that matter, decelerate fast. Really were such capable things, indeed. I'll end up with at least 4 though, 3 to be checked, 1 kept as but 1 to do my own livery upon. Excellent. Get on with it. That's all I can say. The livery in question is a fictional modification of SDJR Blue. Interesting. Interesting. I wonder if I can just quickly chuck a second coat on this door that's gone white. I can, but the paintbrush wasn't loaded. Darn. There we go. Time to clean the brush. Finally. The blue paint is away. Jazz trains and sails were long, really heavy. It makes you appreciate suburban trains of all types. Yes, I do count terrors in that, at least like London line routers. Well, I mean, that's what they were. They were indeed suburban tanks with their 16 carriage trains. Now listening to Tran record on YouTube, now it is right. That's a heck of an acceleration, and up a 1 in 72. Excellent. I like SDJR Blue, but I always felt it needed more lining, at least when it comes to the gins. More lining is the best sort of lining. Generally, the Eastern Divisions, Southern didn't have a decent P-Way, or we could still have had the river class tanks. I mean, the Central Division also didn't have decent permanent way. It had exactly the same issues as the Eastern section. I don't know why anyone ever thought it was a good solution, to be honest. I am going to refill the hydration vessel because I have not hydrated nearly enough. Or the remembrance. Oh no! Now the remembrance class we lost because of electrification. They were no longer needed, and they were rebuilt into something to do a job their boilers were not designed for. And they were, as a result, terrible at it. I biased towards jazz services. My grandfather worked in about Liverpool Street before he became an instructor. Good reason to be biased towards them. Not for the failure of the river tanks, we wouldn't have had the U-boats. And the problem there is, a real soft spot for the SEC RJ class tanks, even though they weren't massively successful. Is that the 064? No, I genuinely don't know. I do mean that question. Yeah, I like them. I think they're very interesting looking engines. We've become a bit more colourful now. What do we think of the colourfulness, everyone? J-Class with the H on steroids. So are you saying then, Sophia, that I need to get an 064 chassis and lots of R1s? Someday I hope the reserved N7 goes back to the North Norfolk and I can ride behind it in Arctic stock. That would be cool. That would be cool. Were the Remembrance class the largest tank engine class built for the UK, or were there larger ones? Good question. I actually don't know. There were other Baltic tanks. I don't know what ones were the biggest. I think I know what line I'll be doing now. Imagine lighter green 48 from the first run, no wasp, but in STJR blue and STJR line instead of its factory printed ones. I'd love to imagine that, but I don't know. I actually cannot picture that livery that the original, the lighter green one was in, so I can't. Mixed up the U's and the N's for a second. It was the N's we had in Ireland, which we called the K1s. Ah, fair enough. Only 5 fields, sadly, or they survive until 50, 51. Well, hey, long life. But it's good, colours magnificent, gorgeous. Should not the roof louvres also be blue? You're probably right there, Linny. Yes. Yes, Carrie. Yes, you do. Fair enough. I think Caledonia had the biggest. Fair enough. So I think the Furnace Baltics might have been bigger, but you have to compare drawings though. Exclamation mark Discord from Thomas. I assume there's some picture going up there to remind me of what it looks like. But I'm a bit busy live streaming, and Linny's made a good point about where I need more blue. Water tank should be blue too. I was going to ask about the water tank and what we think its colours should be. Oh look, Thomas, there's a blue Ruston here. You should buy one. Also, the water tank itself. Right, so we're saying we want the water tank in blue. I'll tell you what, up close, this is all getting a bit technicolor. It needs a lot of weathering. Don't need to look now, I'll just pop it there so you know. Well, I'm glad it's there. Someone at South Park Quarry got a good deal on the blue paint at Ron's Kitchen, Harry. Yes, yes they did. The barge boards should be blue as well. Shouldn't they? I think blue tank might be a bit much. I think you're right, Alex. I like it. PR corporate branding the same colour everywhere. No, we don't. BR. Ugh. We like nice pre-grouping things when blue was an expensive colour. Oh, that beautiful. Mostly rust-coloured tank, couple of flecks of blue here and there. I was like, it all needs a lot of weathering because it is very, very bright. But it's fine, we can do that. This bit of bad rubbish. What's rubbish about the Barry Railway, Thomas? So even some subtitles on the side. Sabotage. Upside down 1486. No. I did think about another word that BR are known for, but it sounded a bit dodgy next to the word rubbish. But what's wrong with the Barry Railway? Damn, you haven't got an engine. Sabotage, you need the Beastie Boys. Oh God. You're dating yourself with Beastie Boys references. You already have a model of Not Lion. I do already have a model of Not Lion. In fact, didn't we even DCC fit that? So technically that could run on this. Oh, Thunderbolt. I feel you coming out soon. Like, not tonight soon, but soon. Not the Barry Railway, British Railway. So you've got to specify these things. I've never heard of this British Railway thing. I know the Barry Railway. I've got some drawings of one of their tank engines. I don't know why, I just do. Thought I was very quiet, accidentally muted the stream. I mean, I haven't been overly loud this evening. There's definitely times where you wouldn't have noticed. Throw backwards, Kelly, without you wasting your time. Oh, no. Tickfield Thunderbolt's better. Sorry. Some people might wonder how Mr. Valentine got all that money. Well, all we know is he sold Golden Eiffel Towers. So, serious question now. I'm sure you're all still joking and making film quotes and stuff. Do we actually want me to paint the water tank blue? Because, I mean, it's not the end of the world to paint it blue and then heavily weather it. Because, like, most of what I'm painting now will probably end up completely black by the time we're done. And my dinner should arrive soon. Well, hey, for dinner arriving soon at 11:20. Guy, you know, when I put these buildings back, I was going to suggest we did some shunting. And then you all made me paint more. My vote is no on the blue tank. Would look odd if not, especially if everything else is being blue. I'm pro rust. I go black for the water tower, but that's just me. Keep blue for the woodwork, black for the ironwork. Can we see the tank again? Gee, gutters. Well, that's my second meal of the day, so lunch. Either way, it's 11:20. Right, if I put this down quickly, we can go back over. I do like the idea of it being black to go with the black ironwork for like the gutters. I didn't. No such thing. I cannot control you. Not that intelligent. Yeah, well, I'm not that intelligent. That is. I knew what you meant, but there we go. You all made this happen. I was going to be like, yeah, let's do some shunting, but you're like, no, paint more. I mean, technically, the name of the live stream is painting the buildings, so ballasting comes next week, obviously. Well, I say ballasting. What I mean is we'll ballast this bit of track at the back and probably the rear of the loop. And I'll do the rest off camera to save you having to watch. That would be better for answer. About any reason you didn't paint the woodwork on the end of the shed roof vents? Because I was showing you the picture again. You will see I have actually done the other end and I haven't done that side of the shed yet. I vote black. Insert AC/DC song. So there's the best vote ever. You said tank again? No, not the terrier. What a tank. Episode 120. Painting more buildings and maybe, if you're lucky, some ballasting. Yeah. Yeah, basically. No, I think what we'll do is next week we'll do some ballasting and some playing. I feel like we need some time playing with the layout again. So if we get the sections that aren't needed for playing ballasted, and then we spend the rest of the stream playing. And then we can come back to this and weather the buildings the stream after. And in fact, finish painting them, because, you know. What colour are the roof tiles on the shed going to be? Don't say blue. Just don't say blue. They're not going to be blue. Just so you know. Can I suggest some playing for the upfield weekend? That was my plan for the upfield weekend. Was some playing. Pink roof tiles, or not. Is there a common roofing colour material for buildings in that area? So what my plan was, that I completely forgot to do, was have a look at Ford Combe Church. Because Ford Combe Church is made out of sandstone from this quarry. And see what the roof is on that. Because that seems like a sensible thing to do. Pink roof tiles. What is this? Blobbying construction? Surely they'd have some like yellow spots then. Lead roof with plenty of stolen tiles. I suppose, yes, that's what a church roof would be. Alex is on it because Alex is great. And you will notice, Alex, this is a very yellow building. And I do feel we've got the right colour on the stonework. Just like the Ford Combe Church, they're a mid-grey colour. Mid-grey I can probably do. If only I had like a model shop at my disposal to acquire paints from. Hydration is important. As I say, my name is Ethan Armitage. Hello, Ethan Armitage. How are you? I hope you are well. You join us in a world where everyone seems to want to watch me paint. So that's what they're getting. The grey colour is like a slate grey. I assumed as much. There we go. Stuck a picture on Discord. Tar Muchley Alex. But yeah, it's good having the layout based on a quarry that actually existed, because of course there are buildings like that made of the stone that came out this quarry, so I know what I should be aiming for. Painting was advertised for the stream, so painting we demand. Well, painting is what you're getting. You're probably right, Alex. I would be very surprised if you weren't. It's today International Spam on YouTube. Every day is spam day. Yeah. Today is just the day that I finally made it as a YouTuber. Spam, not the bullet type, I'm guessing. No. No, no. Spam, 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 beans and spam. Spam, 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 spam. Wonderful spam. I wonder if Monty Python's like sue for copyright. I should probably stop singing, just in case. Every YouTuber just wait their turn, have to open at some point. That it does. Back down to 470 subs. Boo. That's still up by 3 currently. I was at, or so, possibly more. I can't remember exactly. But I'm sure 470 is still up on where we were at the start. So we got to wait for it to drop down a bit more yet. I think the spam beans are off. Yeah. The songs are owned by some giant company. I mean, I'm more thinking John Cleese seems the sort that would, to be fair. I could see him having some overly protective copyright trolls monitoring the internet. I mean, obviously that's just my opinion. I'm not saying he does. Oh, you can keep your arm spam. We'll stick with good old regular ham. No spam for me, just fried chicken. You make a formal case against saying the word spam over and over though. Ah, but I was very much actually singing the song, wasn't I? Allegedly, Your Honour. Exactly. Allegedly. There is a YouTuber I watch who a lot of his videos on one of his many channels are all very much big corporation did this thing or extremely rich person did this thing. And the amount of times he says allegedly. Like, does that really work? Pipe down the front, I take it, will be doing black as well. People in the know. YouTuber I watched used a couple of Python songs in videos before the great clampdown happened. All gone now. Yeah, there we go. I wouldn't actually use people's songs without permission. I have permission to use all the music I use in my videos and live streams. And all things are credited appropriately in the description. Admittedly, the smooth jazz at the start of the live stream is by every YouTuber's favourite music creator. This was back in the day when YouTube was much more like the Wild West. Ah, the good old days. And I feel like I should be allowed to sing gold whenever I want. It literally has my name next to the credits for writer. Keith Hudson is lucky that he composes his music for a living, just use his own. Yeah, see, I have considered redoing all my music eventually with stuff that I've done myself. Because what's the point of a many thousands of pounds guitar if I don't use it to create my own music for my YouTube channel? The problem is writing stuff. A friend of mine was once in a band called Spanx Ballet. Oh dear. Oh dear. I was not, and never would be, because it's too much like the name of another band that my name is associated with. But isn't jazz mostly free? Well, yes. But, like, my opening music is half an hour long. Okay, admittedly, the clip is like 4.5 minutes. But that's a long time to be freeforming some music as I go. And since the music I use for time lapses that I have rights to is all a weird mix of like jazz and dance and trance music, some of it has like lyrics and everything. I don't use the ones with lyrics in. Andrex Chalet, am I for a band? Yes, that one's a bit more complicated. Yeah. Oh, I do like my time lapse music. Yeah, I think it's fantastic. And I love my time lapses because it looks like I know what I'm doing when I do everything at 10 times speed. Has anyone found the 3 times I messed up in the track laying, the cork laying video yet? Because I leave all my mess ups in when I do time lapses. Because at 10 times speed, you don't notice them. And it's got no words, Dave. So listen to all the music I used to use Strange Love It. Oh yeah, it's great. Yeah, I'm eating the greasiest chicken burger and onion rings. Excellent. Excellent indeed. And there we go, one black tank. Whopper. The Saints going for there. No, they don't. So you lift it twice for its dry run. I think that's one of the mistakes. I think you've got one of them there, Thomas. Why am I putting the paint away? I have more black I could be painting. Now, you should all know that it's been a very long time since I've watched The Simpsons, and I intend on keeping it that way. No matter how many Simpsons references you all make. See, this is called cheating at weathering. When you just paint everything black. It's a coal stage. There's lots of coal dust around. Willy. I've watched Simpsons in years, so I can only do the old references. I mean, they are the best references. Clearly, he means the groundskeeper, Thomas. Because, you know, now it's time for Simpsons references. Best Valentine's Day card ever. All the Simpsons quotes in chat, including some that I had forgotten until seeing them in chat. So well done. There we go. Lots and lots and lots and lots of coal dust. Including on the stairs. Lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of coal dust. I'm gonna have to admit that I've never really been a fan of Simpsons. Don't worry. That's not a thing to be ashamed of. Also quote all the side social Bob stuff, but it's late and I'm tired. Fair. Avoid rakes. That's my advice there, Alex. I'll be honest, I do like The Simpsons when I can bother, but I would much rather watch Futurama or Disenchanted. Futurama's definitely much better. Ask my Alex on Friday, you don't take down Facebook. But once took down my comment. Martian Pike is hate speech. Yeah, so there we go. This is, of course, Gary and the Technicolored Loco Yard. The amazing Technicolored Loco Yard. Hydration is important. probably get the back of these doors done. At least one coat on them anyway. Which means the blue paint needs to come back out. Once weathered, it'll be perfect. Yeah, lots of weathering needed. And on subject of animated sitcoms based on a family, I'd rather watch American Dad over the other Seth MacFarlane stuff. Yes, I also agree with that. Although I do have all of Seth MacFarlane's stuff, so the Amazing Technicolor Terrier. No, the Terrier's just a bit bright. How we love that Technicolor colour stage. It was a pink, yellow, and orange. Exactly. The only South Park I like is this layout. Fair. Although I have watched all of South Park. Okay, not quite all of it. I'd watched all of it pre-pandemic. Merendad's generally much better than the others, although I haven't seen any of the recent ones. Yeah, it is significantly better. Early South Park was good, went off rapidly. Some of their later stuff is actually really good, but it's very hit and miss. You've got to really try to watch some of it. But I do love a good bit of Ricky Morty with a casual interest in sort of typing. I just say super plumbus. I mean, Rick and Morty is fantastic. It is the best. Why would you say otherwise? That is the question. These thoughts brought to you by Alex the Mole, who forced me into watching Rick and Morty once upon a time. Because I was like, no, I've never seen it. Tried watching some Family Guy, way too many transphobic jokes. I was horrified and switched off. Yeah, and Family Guy doesn't really get any better. Family Guy is offensive for the sake of being offensive. Which I don't think really works, personally. I did? Are you sure? I don't really like it. I am quite sure, yes. You and Matt made me watch it. They are one with the Rick mind. Indeed. That's the reason I stopped watching. Really, yeah, Family Guy is just Rick and Morty has been my favourite part of my future. Rick and Morty is fantastic. Although, just throwing this out there, I tend not to watch most things that are modern, so I don't have much of an opinion. I'm currently working my way through Only Fools and Horses, having just finished watching Dad's Army again. And I will probably watch MASH again after that, to be honest. Yes, I remember Matt loving it, but I genuinely can't remember saying that. I watched it recently and didn't laugh once. Yeah, you were both going on at me about it. I prefer anime for extra nerd points. Yeah, my kids are both massive anime nerds. So there's that. I've created anime nerds. Rip John shouts, indeed. I was watching it when that news came through earlier. It's like, oh, wow, yeah. So weird though, both Seth and Matt both have two of the most popular cartoons in the world, but yet their less popular ones are the ones people generally prefer. I'm not sure. That's weird. Their more popular ones have, like in the case of The Simpsons, gone stale. And well, Family Guy's, as I say, offensive for the sake of offensive, which worked when he was building his name up. Never watched MASH, currently working my way through Blade 7. Oh, MASH is fantastic. I love it. I do like a bit of anime. Those 3 episodes of Yu-Gi-Oh! I saw as a kid, Long Dormant Seeds. Yeah, see, it's been a very long time since I've watched any anime. I was probably the age of my kids. But they both absolutely love it. There's all sorts of things they watch. Met John Chalice some years in National Trust property. Was incredibly down to earth and friendly, not a hint of ego. That's pretty awesome. Simpsons has been stale for at least 15 years. Well, yes, true. The only MASH I'm watching is the one on my dinner plate slowly disappearing. That's terrible. MASH is quite genuinely the greatest television show ever created. The finale of MASH is still the most viewed program on TV in America ever, and will always keep that. Like when it went out live. I mean, not as in been watched afterwards. I don't know if it holds that, but it's the most watched live. You know what I mean. You all know what I mean, even though I can't word because it's 2 minutes to midnight. But yeah, we have a Technicolor Loco Yard. That's the words I was after. See, I can't even do railway words at this time of night. Now, best TV shows, horrible histories. No, it's not. It's not even a discussion. MASH is the greatest TV show ever created. TV critics will tell you as well that MASH is the greatest TV show ever created. English. Yeah, exactly. 2 minutes to no, I'm not doing it. Gary Bot says smash the like button. Make sure you do that like button smashy thing. Just like how the most watched Doctor Who is a late 70s Douglas Adams era episode. You see, the thing is, like, MASH will never lose that spot as the most watched TV show, because of course people don't watch TV anymore. It's a much more saturated market with all the streaming and such as well. So there isn't enough people watching TV to actually make MASH lose that spot. Our TV and how it's broken. Bring your terrier. No, I will not bring my terrier to the slaughter. How dare you? Right, it's midnight. I have had great fun tonight. Picking up 60 odd subscribers and losing them again because they were all spam accounts being spammers. Having a spammer is... It's actually not the first time we've had one, but the first one didn't hang around for nearly as long. So, you know, well done for perseverance, spammer. Please don't ever come back. Or do, you know, your choice. I feel like I've made it as a YouTuber when I have spammers. Maybe I can make this my thing. Constant slaughter without laughter. You're terrible people, and I love you for it. Yeah, I've had a great time. I hope you have too. Thank you to my mods for being so fantastic this evening. You did absolutely brilliantly. It's fun being punny. It is indeed. But yeah, for tonight, that is all we have. All that's left for me to say is this has been Let's Build. I've been Gary. You've been awesome. Thank you for watching. Good night.